everyone, welcome back to the course on Instrumentation and Process Control. Myself, Neeti Mehta, Assistant Professor at Chemical Engineering Department, LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. So let's just start our today's session with new topic, which is stability. Now, we all are quite familiar with the concept of controllers and final control element. We have gone through each and every step of how the entire loop works, right? How different elements of control loop are engaged with each other or connected with each other. Now, the point arises how to provide stability to our given system. What can bring stability to our system? Correct? So, let's just start with this particular topic today. So, when we talk about the word stability, we know the word stability refers to a kind of action when there is a stable system, right? What do we mean by stable system then? So, stable system is basically defined as a system in which bounded input gives you a bounded output, or a system in which bounded input produces a bounded output. It is also known as BIBO system, right? What do we mean by bounded input then? Bounded input refers to when we are giving input in some particular range and we are expecting output in that particular range only. Suppose we are giving input in the range of 30 to 35 degrees centigrade and expected output is also in the range of 30 to 35 degrees centigrade, right? So, whenever we are giving any kind of input and expecting output in particular range, and if that is being fulfilled, then such systems are termed as stable system, right? So, this is how you can see when we are giving input from this particular side and we are expecting to get the output in the same way. Those systems are termed as stable system. Now, this is basically a criteria for determining stability of any given system. What we can do is, with the help of a transfer function, we will determine a characteristic equation, right? Using transfer function. What is transfer function? Transfer function is basically a relation between input of any given system to the output of any given system. So, using that relationship, we will determine a characteristic equation, and this characteristic equation is basically used to determine stability criteria. Depending on the roots of characteristic equation, we can determine whether the system is stable, unstable or slightly unstable, right? So, if you can see this particular graph, here there are unstable region, there are stable region and there is an imaginary axis. So, if the roots of our characteristic equation lies in this plane or this plane, then it is known as unstable region, or the system is termed to be as unstable system in this particular section. If it is in this section, then it is termed as stable system, right? In the same way, if it is here, then it is unstable. If it is here, then it is stable. So, depending on where the root of our characteristic equation lies, we can determine whether our given system is stable or unstable. So, now, this is how we represent our characteristic equation. 1 plus g of s equals to 0. G of s. This is our overall transfer function of our given system. When we add 1 to it and equate it to 0, 1 plus overall transfer function of our given system equals to 0. This is characteristic equation. It will be in the algebraic form. So once we solve it and determine roots of given equation, we can know whether the given system is stable or unstable. Now, moving to root test for stability criteria. There is 3 different tests which are used to determine stability of our system. First one is Routh test, which is Routh array. Second is Bode diagram, and third one is Routh array. Right? Routh test, Routh array and Bode diagram. These are 3 different tests which are used to determine stability of a system. Today we will deal with Routh test for stability. So for that, the characteristic equation of our given system can be written as A0 s raised to n plus A1 s raised to n minus 1 and so on. This entirely depends on the transfer function of our given system. What is the overall transfer function for our given system? Depending on that, we can write this kind of equation. When 1 plus transfer function of overall system is written, then equating it to 0, we can obtain this kind of equation. Once we get this kind of equation, our next job is to formulate a table. So, this is how table look like. We need to plot a table where we need to arrange the elements of our characteristic equation, right? First element will be in the first row, first element, right? A0. We need to select alternate terms here. A0 will be in the first row, then second term will be here third. In the first row there will be an odd element, in the second row there will be an even element, right? From this equation we need to make this table where first row will have odd elements, second row will have even elements. First element constant, A0, A2, A4 and so on. That will be present in our first row, and A1, A3 so on will be in the second row. Right? I am talking about position. Odd position element will be in the first row, even position element will be in the second row. Right? After doing this, we need to calculate rest of the term, that is B1, B2, B3, C1, D1, E1, F1, so on until there will be a 0 coming over here. Right? How to calculate B1 then? So for calculating B1, we are having formula A1 into A2 minus A0 into A3 upon A1. How we have done this? If you want to calculate B1, you need to take a term above that, which is A1, cross multiply that A1 with the term. So A1 cross multiplied with A2. So first term is A1 into A2, done. After that, just go diagonally opposite to it, A3 multiplied, cross multiplied diagonally to A0. So A3, A0, right? So A0 into A3 divided by the term which is above your desired term, which is A1. So this is how we can calculate the term B1. Then for B2, if you need to calculate B2, just hide this term and go for A1, A4, right? If you are calculating B2, no need to take A3 and A2 term, just go A1 into A4 minus A5 into A0 upon A1. For all the values B2, B3, B4, B5, A1 and this first column will remain constant, right? In the similar way, if you want to determine the value of C1, so for determining value of C1, what we need to do is just take the term above it, which is B1, cross multiply with A3 minus B2 into A1 upon B1, right? For C2 again, as I already said, the first column will remain constant, so it will take, C2 will take B1 into A5 and C3 into B1 or A1, right? So in the similar way, we can determine all the values until we get the term 0. We are having three different theorems for determining root test stability criteria. Theorem 1 states that the necessary and sufficient conditions for all the roots of characteristic equation to have negative real parts, right, is that elements of the first column of root array be positive and non-zero. Suppose all the roots of characteristic equation are having negative real part, then the system is termed to be stable, right? If they are having negative real part, then the system is termed to as a stable system. Suppose rule number 2 or theorem number 2, if some elements in the first column are negative, the number of root will with a positive real part is equal to number of sign change. Theorem 2 states that suppose there is a change in sign in first column of the table, then the number of times sign changes is equivalent to the number of times stability of the system changes. Theorem number 3, if one pair of root is on imaginary axis which is equidistant from the origin and all other root are in the left half plane, then all the elements of the nth row will be vanished and none of the element from preceding row will vanish. For this particular case, we need to determine imaginary roots, which is B, using this particular formula, CS square plus D equals to 0. Using this particular formula of CS square plus D equals to 0, we can determine the roots of imaginary axis where C and D are coefficients of elements which are present in n minus 1 row from left to right. Left element is C and preceding element D is from the n minus 1 row. So this is all about root test and stability criteria. Hope all the things are clear. Thank you.